Hi everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Thanks for stopping by and watching my video. And um, I guess today I wanted to talk about something kind of a milestone in my life. I went to my first church service yesterday. I've been to churches for weddings and funerals, and like for secular reasons, like for doing remodeling a church for my mom's family, but uh, not to go in and actually worship. And so I thought I would share the experience being an ex-Jehovah's Witness, now walking into a Christian church. Now, my background with the witnesses, everything I was told, you should have seen what I saw yesterday. It was kind of amazing. I walked into the second service on Sundays at this church, Arundel Christian Church. They have a service like at 9 in the morning, and then another one like at 11 in the morning. And I went to the 11 o'clock one, and you should have seen the exodus out of that place. Remember being told from the platform many times at assemblies, at conventions, and from the Kingdom Hall platform that only in Jehovah's organization will you find such orderly conduct and such loving behavior among crowds of people. And that couldn't be less true. It's a complete falsehood what the witnesses teach. I went to this church. As we were coming in, a large crowd was on the way out. Nobody was pushing, nobody was shoving, nobody was hollering. Everybody was proceeding out, and those of us that were moving in, everybody was behaving, and it was orderly. The first thing that struck me walking in was that everybody seemed happy, and everybody was dressed fairly casually. You know, some people had on polo shirts like myself. I had on a polo shirt. Other people had t-shirts. Other people had like a dress shirt on. You know, I didn't see a large number of suits and ties, that's for sure. Another thing, I didn't notice a literature counter anywhere to be found. They don't produce literature there to sell. What I did see was a place where you could get a cup of coffee and something to eat, and there was nobody shaking their finger at me telling me not to drip coffee on the carpet, or not to chew gum, or not to eat my donut or whatever. I didn't get anything to eat or drink because I wasn't hungry, but there were several people there who did. And everybody seemed happy and content. Went in, took in the surroundings. It was a nice place, you know, peaceful and quiet. And waiting for the service to begin, you know, I was just there observing. You know, I was a newcomer. Nobody came up and love bombed me and tried to study the Bible with me. I didn't notice any hypocrisy, and that's, those of you who've been watching my videos know that that's a big thing with me. That's part of my name, TOTH, tired of the hypocrisy, and I didn't see any hypocrisy yesterday. There was a group of musicians and singers that started off the worship with praise songs, nicely done, tastefully done. Anything would have been an improvement over the Kingdom Melodies that the Watchtower produces, but I have to say this is more befitting a worship service than their Kingdom Melodies are. Powerful prayers, heartfelt prayers. not the pompous prayers that the witnesses would have you believe that would go on. I imagine in some churches there are some very impassioned people, or maybe some phony people who are trying to appear to be more spiritual than most and behave in a gregarious fashion. But no, these prayers were offered up in a humble and but in a powerful way. You know, they explained their mission. They worship God. They serve the community, and they have a great youth program, which the witnesses do not have. They offer nothing for the youth except pedophiles to molest them, I guess. And they have outreach. They have Bible camp for kids during the summertime when they're out of school. They feed the hungry, and they clothe those who need clothing. They help homeless people. And I was pretty well impressed. The pastor that gave the sermon, he was talking about clearing out our closets, getting stuff out of the way that's just in our way, you know. And it was timely, it was good information, and it was scriptural. And something that I noticed was they fed you a large portion of Jesus Christ. They glorified the Son of God, and they showed you how to appreciate Him. And I also took my first communion there. Being a Watchtower survivor, I was always told to hands off the bread and the wine. And I partook this time. And I felt like I had to. Jesus said, unless you eat of my flesh and drink of my blood, there is no life in you. There is none. And am I going to partake? Of course. If I'm going to obey Christ, I don't think I can go wrong. If He says partake, then you partake. That's how I look at it. If you obey Jesus, you're not going to go wrong. Obeying men, that's something else. But if you obey Jesus, I think you'll be fine. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. I had a good time. I went to church, enjoyed it, and I am planning on going back. I actually found what I was looking for the first time. I figured I was going to be going to several churches to figure out where I belong. I think I probably belong here because I found what I was looking for. I found that they preach on Jesus. And so I'll probably be going there. Well, I hope you all have a great week. I speak the Lord's shalom over each and every one of you. And you all take care, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.